Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
Who is he?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
And who is he?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
And what he do?
And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers, board certified criminal defense lawyer. Welcome to another episode of CLR Criminal Lawyer Reacts. And what we do on this channel is we try to break down rap videos. We also give a little bit of information about current events. We're talking about the George Floyd situation. And so follow us on Instagram, Twitter, get some announcements there, and make sure that you subscribe. So today we're going to dive into Grizzley, Robbery, Part 1. And so we'll go through and kind of analyze the various things going on in the video. So let's check it out.
Walking out the club, nigga looking at me funny. I'm already pissed.
So walking out the club looking at me funny. So he's already got kind of a stalker type situation where he's the victim in a case.
Cause I do too much money, but I ain't tripping. I know that nigga ain't no dummy. This Mac got a 50, I'll leave his face ugly.
This Mac got a 50. In other words, it's a modified version of an AK, and a 50 is a 50 round drum. And he's talking about if he comes up on me, I'll shoot him essentially.
That bitch at the crib, low key I'm slipping. Before I knew it, this nigga ran up on me tripping.
He leaves his Mac at the crib, and he's been slipping, so now this guy's up on him.
Twice in the air, give me everything. I ain't struggle at all, gave him everything.
Okay, he pulls the gun on him, and he says, give me everything. So that's robbery. And robbery, especially armed robbery, carries a very hefty prison sentence. Aggravated robbery is when you either assault somebody with a firearm or some other kind of weapon, where there's a weapon involved. And that's an aggravating factor. And those aggravating factors compound a sentence. Another crime that's also committed with a weapon like this is the crime of assault with a deadly weapon, or sometimes it's called second-degree assault. And that sometimes carries a mandatory prison sentence. And federally, it's added on to the end of whatever the underlying crime was.
I ain't patty, hopped in my whip and left. Time to do some homework, I gotta put that boy to rest. He look like a killer.
Now what concerns me about this is that he says, I am going to do some homework. In other words, I'm going to put that boy to rest. So what he's really saying is he's going to get back at him and kill him. So when he uses the line homework, that tells me that he's going to do some research, basically oppo research, and find out where this guy lives, who his associates are, and how the best way to get back at him would be. It shows a level of pre-planning, and that pre-planning goes towards premeditation.
Put him to the test, wanna kill me a nigga. All you see in my face is death, nigga. Want this nigga. On the ground, scrolling through my timeline. Chillin'. On some hoes page, look what I find. A stripper bitch, post him as our MCM.
So here we have him looking through, well, she doesn't look bad, but he's going through his Insta and finds somebody that's on his DM. In other words, somebody that he's spoken to. So he's going to set him up with this gal.
Same little bitch was just in my DM. I'm almost hard to get to him. You know what's up, I'm splitting him. I see his whip, I'm flipping that. The dinner shit won't want it back. Let me write her back and get her contact. And call them killers up, it's time to do some contracts. Matter of fact, I'ma get them set up by the stripper.
Now, if she could be a witting or unwitting participant in this. If she is a witting participant, then she's a co-conspirator. And a co-conspirator is just as guilty of the crime as the person who originates the crime. So if you're just helping somebody, you might as well be doing it yourself, because you're just as guilty.
I got 50, I know that hoe gonna be with me. She fuck so many niggas, I know she ain't got no feelings. And I'm sticking to the code, when he drops, she going with him. Ain't talking to no niggas, I'ma keep him on my business.
Now the line that he uses here, he says, I'm sticking with the code. When he drops, she's going with him. In other words, there is no witnesses. So he's going to drop him and she's going with him.
Go street niggas turn witness.
Street fellas turn witness. What does that mean? Well, it means what I've been talking about this whole time, snitches.
Instagram, she just hit me with them digits. She said call later, cause she later with her nigga. Oh yeah, this might be my only chance to do him. Gotta set his mouth before he talk and spread the rumor. If the word.
Sometimes this might be my only chance to do him. A lot of crimes happen sometimes when somebody's in a panic. And here he's kind of in a panic. This might be my only opportunity to kill this fellow.
The streets that he ride me, and he get killed, the police gon' wanna find me. Hello? Hey, look, I know you said call later, you would do it or whatever, but look, send me your location, I'm gonna put it in my GPS right now, and just see how far you is, and when you leave, just call me. But, hell yeah, I got the location. 9 miles out of their crib, I'm just waiting. I'm texting her like how much longer I'm impatient. She don't know I'm about to light the block up like it's blazing. I said no.
But here's what he does. He gets the drop, in other words, gets the GPS location. He's now laying in wait. So he's waiting for this dude outside. And he's going to try to kill him. Now, one of the things, if he's ever busted, like right after, if he gets pulled over shortly after this, first thing they're going to do is take his cell phone. He's putting all kinds of digital imprints throughout this. So you're going to have a GPS, his own GPS coordinates are going to be on that device. Actually, not on the device, but with the carrier, and you're going to be, and all the messages going back and forth. And they use this kind of stuff on a regular basis in order to solve crimes. Not to mention the fact that in most urban areas, there are cameras everywhere, and homicide detectives use those cameras. Once they figure out your location, then they get video of you in the area.
I ain't tryna talk, it's a rap, start praying. So he coming out, my first shot gonna be a headshot. I'ma put this Draco in his dreadlock.
He's gonna put this Draco in his dreadlocks. That's a mini. You can see it right there. It's a mini AK.
I can't wait to see his blood running out. Run up in his crib, find his bitch, knock her frontal out. She take us back like be on your way in 2 minutes. Right. She don't know that in 2 minutes she ain't gonna be living. He got in his whip, I ran up and I hit him. When the gun smoke clear,
And so here we have somebody laying in wait, just blasting away at this guy, and it's cold-blooded, first-degree, premeditated murder. That's all there is to it. And in some states where the death penalty is, this would probably qualify.
I was the wrong nigga, what the fuck?
And he's the wrong fellow. That was what happened when people panic. So he killed the wrong person.
Now I gotta kidnap her. This the first nigga, I don't know how kidnaps work. I'ma kill him, but I gotta get my shit back first. Damn. To be continued. Fuck. You get this bitch. Come on.
So he had to kidnap her because otherwise you leave a voice on the street. So this is just goes to show you that one thing after another, after another, after another. And it just isn't worth it because he just traded his life for this guy's life. Now, this is obviously, I believe, a fictional song. At least I hope it is. And but you can see going through the list of crimes, they escalate, and it's all over a beef because he got robbed. Now, this is sort of like analyzing maybe a Grand Theft Auto scene or even a mob movie for lack of a better word. And so we enjoy watching violence. We enjoy the story behind the story. So that's kind of how I'm looking at this. Not like a self-snitching video. This is more of a story, more art. But art imitates life. And so we've seen situations like this. I can't tell you how many times. So with that, this is Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer on CLR, this Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I really appreciate the followers and on Instagram at CLR Bruce Rivers on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, and I'll be doing more live feeds as the George Floyd case gets underway. Start jury selection on Monday, and subscribe. Tell all your buddies to subscribe. We are just really starting to blow it up. We're coming up close to 200,000. Really, really appreciate it. Patreon. We've started partnering with the Freedom Fund, so really appreciate everybody's support. So this has been Bruce Rivers, Criminal Lawyer Reacts.